Hello again, it's Katie Thoreau back for more KT's Minute Tips. Today I'd like to talk about getting into thumb position on the bass. Scary, right? No, absolutely not. I know a lot of bass players think that that part of the bass is reserved for the pro, advanced bass players, but it's so not true. If you can play a 2-octave scale, then you can get into thumb position. So, what do I mean by that? Let's take an F major scale. We'll play 2 octaves. Usually we go up the G string, right? We go across the strings. You guys know I can't really talk and play, but I'm gonna do my best. So that's how we play our F major scale normally. Let's go up the D string instead of the G string. So we're just gonna change the fingering so we can get into thumb position. So I'll show you first. So then we're gonna go up to the D string and close the G. 1, 4, 1, 4, thumb, 1, 2, 2 or 3 on the top. I prefer 2 because of the way my fingers are, but you might use 3. Okay, so now that we've got the fingering out of the way, here are the 3 pillars of going into thumb position for me. So number 1, in thumb position, we want to avoid looking like this with our back bent, right? Because however it may look cool, it does not feel good. Trust me. How do we work around that? Okay, I want you to take a step back while you're playing the scale around this thumb stop. So I'm going to start in the 2nd octave. And once I get around this area of the bass, I'm going to take a step back. And that actually lowers this shoulder of the bass, right? Before it was here. So we've lowered that. And now I can get around it really easily. It's not so much in my way. Sorry. And on the way down, I do the same thing. I go back forward. So when we lower the bass, lower that shoulder, it lowers that ability for us to want to lean over the bass. You still can if you want to, it looks cool, but it doesn't feel good. Okay, the second thing we're gonna do is make sure that we're lifting our elbow, raising our elbow as we're going higher, and I'll show you why. If I don't raise my elbow, this is what happens. That's as far as I can go, because again, this shoulder of the bass is in my way, and my wrist is hanging on it, and it's constricting, and I cannot reach any more notes, and I'm gonna be out of tune. So if I start to raise my elbow around the same part that we take a step back, I'm gonna start to raise it. So it I kind of lift it, but not from the shoulder. I'm not doing that. I just start to, and I'm not touching the shoulder of the bass. My hands, my wrist is not on it, and I'm wearing a floofy muumuu, so you can't really see. Let me do that again. Elbow starts to raise, not from my shoulder, not like just like that, and not down. The third thing, of course, is this thumb. What are we gonna do with this thumb? I don't know why, but my thumbs are very curved all the time. Could be a bass thing, or I'm always like thumbs up. So we need to prepare our thumb. What does that mean? I'll show you. As I go into thumb position, and I'm starting in this area of the bass, I'm gonna start to bring my thumb out. So it's gonna look like, if we're doing it like slow, like 400 frames per second, it'll look like this. And it starts to come out, kind of slides out, and my elbow's doing its thing. I take a step back. And the same, kind of easier going back down. So I'll show that to you again. It starts to creep out. And that way I'm prepared as opposed to having to do it all at once and just hoping it works. And it's too much of a jerky movement. Those 3 movements together of taking a step back, raising my elbow, and preparing my thumb are gonna look like this. Take a step back, start to raise my elbow, thumb starts to come out. And on the way back down. Voila, that's it. And did you notice the whole entire time, my back is straight. I'm perfectly upright. And I feel great, my back doesn't hurt. So I don't want you to be bending over your back because it's really, really gonna hurt. If you don't feel like you're advanced, you guys are all wonderful. But if you don't feel like you're there yet, and this is as high as you can go, just keep practicing that step back, because the further you go up the instrument, the more that's gonna help you, because I can reach way more notes. And I'm still completely straight, as opposed to, I am bent over and I'm gonna have a backache. Thank you so much for watching. I hope that this helped, and DM me. I'm so happy to help out in any way. Look out for more KT's Minute tips.